All right. Welcome to an all new edition of Big Woo! Top 20 Countdown. This week, we're counting down the top 20 pop songs. Plus, we're talking to our guest, Aly Slay. Y'all, yeah. You guys, I got an announcement at the top of the show. Yeah, no, actually, no, I'll wait till the end. You know what, you guys? Let's get into the countdown. The number 20 song comes from Ariana Grande. The song is called Twilight Zone. Let's get into it. Twilight Zone by Ariana Grande on Big Old Top 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah. Yeah, you guys did the number 19 song, Drake with Nokia. Actually, I've never heard that song before. But you guys were talking to our guest, Aly Slay. Aly Slay, what's going on? Hey,
Hi, great to be here. Thank you so much.
how are you doing?
I feel amazing, so blessed, grateful to be talking with you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Raise the roof, raise the roof.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Come on, let's about yourself, please.
Yes, so I'm Aly Slay, R&B singer-songwriter. I started my music journey very young. So I
Hmm.
started actually when I was really just a young kid, growing up next to my grandmother, who was an amazing musician, by the way. So I tell this story a lot because she was very influential in my journey, but she was an amazing singer, amazing pianist. So I learned to play piano at a really young age. Then I
Wow.
went on to college for music after musical theater and singing in church, singing in church choirs, school choirs, professional, all the things. And actually, I'm classically trained. So I have a BA in music.
Wow.
Yes, yes. And then I went on to do some, classical choral music and opera in New York City, believe it or not. And then found my
Wow.
way into the R&B lane in 2020 and really started, during the pandemic to write more and just really build catalog. And so I'm just grateful, for the journey, grateful to have met you through various music
Yes,
events we've
yes,
done.
yes, 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 yes,
And
yes.
yes, it's a blessing to be able to share this gift.
What made you choose? I'm sorry. What made you switch from classical though to R&B music? What I mean, what kind of describe that transition for me?
Yeah, I mean, I think the classical music, having that foundation is awesome because you can then write anything, right? Because you have that training and you have that background. And even on the producer side, like I sometimes put my producer hat on. How do I want this song to sound? What kind of instruments are really going to make it work, right?
Yes,
So
yes,
those
yes, yes.
things are great. I grew up, I was a 90s kid, so 90s R&B
Yeah,
was so influential to me. I
yeah.
still remember playing, In Vogue and
Yeah, me
SWV and
too.
yes,
Yeah,
TLC, all the
yeah.
greats that would come on in the radio and still love, classic music to this day, right? So
Yeah.
that was a huge part of the inspiration for me and really finding my lane. And I'm blessed to be in the tribe.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, how many projects do you currently have out?
So I have two releases out, two singles. I released Don't Play, which is an Afro pop song last summer. And then
Okay.
this summer, more recently, I just dropped a new track called Be With You.
Oh wow. Ooh, we're gonna hear that a little bit later. We're gonna hear those songs a little bit later. But you guys, oh God, I'm having so much fun talking to you. I don't want to stop. But let's see if we gotta get back in this countdown. The number 18 song comes from Hunter X. This song is called Golden. Let's get into it. Golden by Hunter X, number 18 on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, we did the number 17 song, Kendrick Lamar with Luther, one of my very favorite songs on the countdown, because features my boy Luther Vandross. We love him. May he forever rest in peace. And we're talking to our guest, Aly Slay. Aly Slay, wow. Wow. Classic. I didn't know that you were classically trained. That's
Yes.
awesome. And you did it. What age did you actually you said what you started at a young age. What age did you start?
I mean, I could just recall singing in like first and second grade, and really starting piano at second grade. So I was definitely young, I definitely started the journey very early.
Why did you wait till now to start releasing music?
I think I needed that time to really discover my sound and my lane. And having done all of those, classical music endeavors we talked about, I
Yeah.
really wanted to find what my sound was and, my people and, really deep dive into that. And I had the pleasure of just starting to really do that. Like I said, during the pandemic to really, when everything slowed down, we had that time to really think and reflect and, have the time to really explore and write more. And so that's how I came into that. Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite artist that influential artist that you really look up to?
I mean, Whitney Houston, rest in peace. She was one of the most amazing singers of all time, I believe. And her music, just the messages are so empowering. And she was a huge influence in my journey.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? We're gonna talk more to you, but we're gonna get back in this countdown. Then we're gonna play your song. The number 16 song comes from Miles Smith. This song is called "Nice to Meet You." Let's get into it. Nice to meet you, Miles Smith on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah. And you guys, that was number 15 song, Dolce with Anxiety. Now it's time to get into your song. You talked about it. You talked that you had it earlier. Be with you. You got to tell
Be
me
with
how
you.
did this song come about? And tell me, give me the back, give me the story. Take your time with this. I want to know. I want to know this. Be with you. Tell me about this.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much. This is a really special song. So, a music mentor who many of us remember, and rest in peace, Jay Hatch, was a huge influence. One of the first writing camps I joined was through Jay, and he played a huge influence. And so, the best tracks, as you know, are born when you don't exactly know where they're going to go. And I didn't set out to write a dedication track, but it turned into that. So it was so cool. I actually was on a work trip, and I record out of one of my favorite studios and one of my favorite engineers too in Vegas. Shout out to the Hideout in Nietzsche. But I just mentioned that because that's where writing camp was with Jay when I first joined Creative Space Writing Camp. And so they had happened that I had extra time on this trip. I wanted to book some studio time, and I had started to listen to this beat that you'll hear in Be With You. And this idea of like rain and feeling, and it was the studio that I got, one of the last feedbacks I got from Jay, in that same studio. And we lit some incense that night, and I don't know, I just felt his spirit so strongly when I was in the booth. And so that's how Be With You came about. And I just want to say I'm grateful to be able to share it with the world, and also grateful for Jay's influence on so many in this music industry. And that's how Be With You came about.
Let's get into it. The first extra song of the week, Be With You, on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah. I actually got to hear that song. Actually, you guys were back. I got to hear that song and I actually like it. I love it. I don't get me. I haven't got to the place where I can sing the lyrics yet. I can't get to sing. Don't ask me for a duet. We can't do a duet with that song because I don't know it yet, but I like it. I got to hear it and you A plus on that. What's
Thank
your
you.
response to people that say, "Oh, you should be in pop music. What are you trying to do R&B music for? What you should be in pop music?" What's your response to people who say that?
It's interesting. I haven't really heard that, but I think, we hear so many things, as you know, in this industry. So you take it with a grain of salt. You always have to be true to yourself. And that's what I would tell them. This is true to me. This is true to my art. This is music true to the influences, like we talked about, that I grew up with. So for me, and I've been supported by this amazing tribe in R&B and hip hop. So while thank you so much, and you're an amazing piece of that. And
Thank you.
though we all look different, or we have different things that we have going, it does not mean anything more than just the surface, right? So
Yes, yes, yes,
that
yes.
is what I would say, is just always be true to yourself, be true to yourself and be true to your art.
That's right. And do you have a full length album planned, or is it that
I
that's still
do. I
wow?
do. Yeah, lots in the works. Definitely have
Okay.
a lot in the vault. Lots that
Good. I
has
want
been
to hear that.
recorded. So you'll definitely be hearing from me when that's ready to drop.
I'm always available for a duet.
Let's go.
I got to put my hat in the ring some kind of way. Okay.
Yes, I love
Don't make
that.
me have to do an audition for you on this show. I'm not gonna do it. You heard my music, so you already know what I can do. So let's make
Definitely.
it happen. Let's make it happen as soon as
Let's do
possible.
it.
But you guys, let's get back into this countdown. The number 14 song comes from a very great artist. Her name is Tate McRae. This song is called Revolving Door. Let's get into it. Revolving Door by Tate McRae on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, we did three in a row for you. We did Tate McRae with Revolving Door. Number 13 was Chappelle Roan, Pink Pony Club. I heard that song. It's not really one of my favorites, but hey, we have to play it. And number 12 was Charlie X XCX with Party for You. You guys, it's time to get into the comedy corner. The comedy corner comes from my very great friend. We grew up. I've been knowing this man for 37 years. We actually grew up. I've been knowing him since we were in the second grade together. And now he's doing comedy. I'm so excited for him. Billy Ramirez, that's my boy. I'm so happy for him. Let's get into it. The comedy of my best friend, Billy Ramirez on Big Old Top 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, that was the very, very funny Billy Ramirez. I'm not just blowing smoke up your behind. He's really, really good. He's really good. I'm not just saying that because he's my friend, but he's a good comic. But you guys, we're talking to our guest, Aly Slay. Man, God, I love your energy. You have so much power. Every time I come around, you always have such polish. I mean, so great energy. Some great energy. Forgive me, man.
Thank you so
You
much.
have the wonderful energy, and I love that positive energy that you bring. Every time I see you, man, it's like, cause I mostly see you at Marwan's events, and oh my God, and you can sing your behind off too. I'm not saying that.
Thank you.
No, you can sing for a white girl. No, you can sing. Period. Period. Not just for a white person. I hate that they
Thank
bring.
you.
I hate that they bring culture into it. I mean, what's your response when they say, "Oh, you're a white girl. What you trying to do black music?" I already asked that question. But you guys, you know what? What is one thing that you would like to do that you have not done before?
Wow, I would love to tour. So that would be my answer there. I think that's the next venture. And I would love to get some music placed in some film and TV opportunities because I believe sync is so important as the music business continues to grow as artists and having different formats for our music and getting paid off our music, right?
That's right.
So
That's right. That's right.
that's what I'd love to see as well.
That's the ultimate goal. That's the ultimate goal. Get money. That's
Yes.
and not only do we do it for the love of music, but we also gotta be compensated. That's why I feel too. And you're an independent artist. Why did you choose to be an independent artist instead of just going with the major record companies?
You know what's interesting? I think there's so much we could like talk about with this. So it's a great question because so much is changing, as you know, in the world of music. And there's so much opportunity, but there's also a lot to navigate, as we know, right? As artists too, independent or otherwise.
Yeah.
Regardless, so I'll break it down for me for
Yeah.
now. If there is a
Okay.
major opportunity, right, with a record
Yes.
label, that
Yes.
makes sense. I would
Yes.
absolutely welcome that. But
Yes.
that's the part where, you're seeing, artists now like Chris Brown, and he has his own, just Chris Brown Entertainment. You're seeing
Yes.
artists that could be signed to a record label, have been signed to record labels, doing their own. Why? Because there's so much to keeping your rights. There's so much to
Yes.
keeping those percentages. There's so
Yes.
much to your intellectual property. So
Yes.
for me, I think, like I said, if the opportunity presents itself, I would definitely welcome it if it's the right opportunity. But as an independent artist, we have the opportunity to really retain a lot of that
Mhm.
ownership, a lot of those royalties.
That's right.
And, that's the opportunity, I think. And with more digital platforms, as we know, right, we're going
Yes.
to keep seeing more opportunities for artists. ASCAP and BMI as well recently announced, as you know, more profits going to the artist pocket
Yes.
because of new legislation.
Yes.
Loving to see that as well for
Yes.
us.
That's
So
awesome. Yeah.
I think much is changing in a good way for all of us. And it's
Yes.
just about embracing that, where whatever that means, right? And
Yes.
that is the most important thing.
That's right. That's right. That's right. But we're going to talk more to you. We got to get back in this countdown. The number 11 song comes from SZA. This song is called 30 for 30. Let's get into it. 30 for 30 by SZA on Big Old Top 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, we did the number 10 song. The number 10 song was Benson Boone with Mystical Magic. Now it's time to get into your a song that you told me about earlier. Don't play. Don't play. Tell me about this. Don't play with this answer. Tell me about
Don't
this.
play.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I am so excited for this track. It's something that's been really special because I went to the studio with a completely different idea of what I was going to create that night. We talked about this a little bit earlier, as you know,
Yeah.
is having this idea of what you want to create, but then it turning into something completely different.
Talk
I
to me.
was really going in the studio to do like a 90s R&B vibe, and then
Yeah.
I heard this track. So shout out to GM Beats, who is my engineer producer on the track, and Vega, who's my co-writer for Don't
Yeah.
Play. They had
Okay.
just cut this record, and I said, can I jump on this? I just loved the sound so much. So I wrote in real time, and that's the verse and various hooks you'll hear in the song that I did. And Don't Play is just really about that. Like, don't play with me, right? It's
Okay.
about that empowerment. It's about, the freedom of what Afro beats and Afro pop gives us, just so
Yeah.
that danceable vibe,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
So
yes, yes, yes,
it's
yes.
all about not playing.
All right, now let's get into it. The second extra song of the week, Aly Slay with "Don't Play" on Big Old Top 20 Countdown, baby. Y'all know I stole that from Soul Train. Yeah, you guys, that was the awesome. Don't play. I was sitting there when I first heard it. I was getting my groove on. I'm getting my groove. You don't want to see a big man dance. I got my groove on. Hey, I may be big, but I can still get my groove on. I'm gonna tell you. Shoot, matter of fact,
Yes, I love
after
it.
I get off of this, I'm gonna get my groove on with my exercise. But anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. Aly, man, ah, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
I love that question.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about this. I'd love to have a global tour. That would be
Okay.
an ultimate dream. I would love to play Super Bowl if given the opportunity. That would be
Woo!
incredible. Yes, that's always
Yeah.
been a dream. I have a piece of art in my apartment that says NFL stadiums, and it has little
Wow.
pin flags for all the NFL stadiums you visited. So that's
Wow.
just a reminder visually of that goal.
Wow.
And let's add Grammys to the mix. Let's win
That's
some
right.
awards,
That's
know?
right. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. I can actually see you winning the Grammy. Yeah, that's so awesome, man. Man, all you got ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. I'm telling you,
Thank
man.
you.
The right people listening, you can do it. I'm telling you, man. Wow. And I always tell people how I meet the guests, but I forgot how I met you. It's been so long.
Well, we
It's
met at
been so long,
Marwan's
man.
Advertise Yourself event at PSLA from Pendulum
Yeah, yeah.
Studios.
Yes, 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 yes. And that's how I met you. I think how many months ago was that? Almost a year ago, almost. Yeah, was it?
Almost a year ago. Yeah,
Well, I'm telling you, time goes by way too fast. I'm
it
telling you.
does.
Oh, wow. And I was immediately, wow. You told me you were singing. I said, oh, I gotta check out your music. And I did check out that, man.
Thank you
And I
so
said, oh man,
much.
I got to get you on my show. At that time, I was like, I had so many guests, but I said, man, we got to get you on the show. And I'm glad that you finally decided to come on and grace my show. I thank you so much for that. I feel like,
It's a pleasure. Thank you for
I'm not
having
blowing
me.
smoke. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass, but I feel like I got a superstar up in here, man, for
Thank you
real.
so much. Thank you
For
so
real,
much.
man. I'm not blowing smoke up their ass. How people say, "Oh, you're a superstar," but then when they get out, there, oh, I can't stand that thing. It's like, but no, I really think though, I really think see you going places, especially with the classically trained. I didn't know you were classically trained. Wow,
Yes, sir.
wow,
Thank you.
that is amazing. But you know what? We're going to talk more to you, but we're going to get back into this countdown. The number nine song comes from Justin Bieber. This song is called Daisies. Let's get into it. Daisies by Justin Bieber on Big Old Top 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, we did three in a row for you. We did Justin Bieber with Daisies. Number 8 was Jesse Murph with Blue Strips. And number 7 was Morgan Wallen with What I Want. Now it's time to get into the independent song of the week. We saved the best for last. This is Aly Slay with Sunset. Man, man. Tell me about this song, please.
Yes, Sunset Express. I love this. Shout out to my producer on this, Rob Valentine. This is a track that I would say has a bit of a Fergie inspo. It's that idea of riding around in the car with your girls, pulling up to the club, feeling great, feeling that vibe, what is totally Hollywood. But it's also a little mellow too, So it's definitely something that was super fun to create, and I'm really grateful to Rob's vision on this, who helped me write the song as well.
Wow, this is awesome. So let's get into it. Sunset Express by Aly Slay on Big Ol' Top 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah. Yeah, another great song, another gem. I cannot, you know what? I cannot wait. You got to tell me when the album comes out. We're gonna play the whole album on my show. On top of
Great.
that, too, you got to. I'm gonna come to all the concerts you're gonna do, man. You gained a fan for real, man. I'm not obsessed with you like I am with Janet, but yeah, still you gained a fan.
I'll take it. Janet's amazing. So she's
Keep
an
moving
inspiration
on.
to me too.
I'm telling
Yes.
you, I'm having such a great time talking with you. And but what's one thing that you really would like to change about the music industry?
Yes. I think that is an amazing question. And what I would say is there's a lot that's kept like secret, if you will, right? Like oh, unless you know this or you know that or this or that, it's like safeguarded, but I don't
Yeah,
think that always it has to be gate kept. I think there's
yeah,
so much for us all to win. And
yeah,
so I think that's what it's all about, is if you can share like you're doing on your show, share
yeah.
knowledge, share people's experiences, share opportunities. Why not? Because we can all win.
Yes. And how do you feel as a woman, especially an older woman in the music industry? What is your take on this as an older woman in the music industry and how hard it is for someone above 30 to make it? Just tell me a little bit about that. What your feelings on that is?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's all about, it is about the music, but it is also about how you promote and market yourself. That's critical. And you'll see
Yeah.
this no matter what age, right? It's
Yes.
about, yes, there's so much talent, but it's also the package, and it's how you present, and it's having all of that together and making sure you're consistent with that and being seen, but also how do you want your brand to look, right? And so I'm fortunate, regardless, again, regardless of age, I believe anyone has an opportunity, especially now in this music landscape, like we talked about, digital, social media. You're proof of that with a lot of the video content you do, right? So,
Yeah.
content is everything. And that
Yeah.
has given artists, regardless of age, so many opportunities. Being a woman in the business, I'm really grateful you asked that, because even in rooms where writing camps, I
Mm-hmm.
have been one of maybe two or three women.
Wow.
That's it, in the room.
Wow.
In the room with producers and engineers, very few women still producers and engineers we're seeing. So there are many of us, but it takes that person to also step up and recognize, like, hey, regardless of gender, regardless of age, I want to work with
Yeah.
this person. I like this sound. Let's all win together, like I was saying. So I really appreciate you asking that, because it's important we
My
dialogue
pleasure.
about it.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Yeah, it's very important because we have to put these things and we have to bring these things into the light so that way it can become better, in my opinion. I believe
Yes.
we can't make it better unless we talk about it, unless we get a solution to it. That's the way I feel. That's the way I feel. I guess I'm just trying to be deep. Let's get
It's
back in this.
true.
But let's get back in this countdown. The number six song comes from Shabuzi. This song is called Good News. Let's get into it. Good News by Shabuzi on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, that was somber number five with Undressed. Now it's time to get into the old school gem of the week. Old school gem of the week is, man, this woman is, wow, a legend. And she also influenced Janet Jackson. She was actually, the chorus of God Till It's Gone was actually of this song. And this is by none other than Joni Mitchell. This song is called Big Yellow Taxi. Happy birthday to Joni Mitchell, Old School Gem of the Week. Joni Mitchell with Big Yellow Taxi on Big Old Stop 20 Countdown. Yeah, y'all, that was, I can't, don't it always seem to go that it don't, that it doesn't, oh God. See, look, I need to learn that, man, I get mad when people mistake my words, but I'm making mistakes in somebody else's. And let's try it again. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. Yeah, got it right. Got it right. Perfect. But we're talking to our guest, Aly Slay. I thank you for being patient with me and trying to as I tried to do that song. But now it's time to get to your business. What your love life look like? Come on, tell me the truth. Be real with me.
Yes, I am very fortunate to have an amazing partner who is a celebrity. More to come on that announcement.
Okay.
He caught up to me this summer, Memorial Day weekend. I'm very blessed. And you'll see his art everywhere because he's on tour right now. And we've known each other for 20 years. So it's a really cool story. More to come on the show with you later, once that is all out to the world.
Okay, you definitely gotta let me know. I will shoot. I'm like an inquiring mind. I gotta know. Remember that commercial Inquirer? He got an inquiring mind. Inquiring mind needs to know something like that.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. I love it. I'm happy for you. But you know what? We're gonna every week we always do a minute of inspiration. I want you to give an inspirational thought to somebody who actually would like to do what you're doing as far as music and life. Period. Just give somebody a minute of inspiration.
I love this. So keep going. The road is always going to look different for everybody. The timeline is always going to look different. So, regardless of your age, your background, your gender, your economics, you can do it. If you want it, you can achieve it.
That's
That
right.
is my inspirational message to everyone that is looking to pursue a career in this business.
That's right. And what would you change about your experience? Is there anything that you would change?
You know, it's funny you ask, but everything leads you to the next step, right? So
Yeah,
I think all of these experiences in our life shape us to
yeah,
the humans that we are. And so, no, I don't think I would. I mean, you learn. I think that's what it
yeah,
is. There are
yeah,
things you might want to change that happen to you because everybody has things that have happened to them.
yeah,
But if you look at it as a learning lesson and you or a learning opportunity and how you can grow from that, I think that's what it's all about, you know? And so that's what I would say, you know? That's really important. And in this business too, as we know, it's all about that opportunity to keep moving forward. You're going
yeah,
to have setbacks, you're going to have things that don't go your way. You're
yeah.
going to get no's, but the right yes will make the world of difference for you. And the reason that door is opening is because it's meant for you.
That's right. That's right. Also, give we have time, so give me a couple. Give a couple of shouts out. Shout out somebody. Shout out a couple of people. Whatever you want. Whoever you want. Shout them
Yes,
out.
I
Shout them
love
out.
this part. I love being able to thank the team. You know, just a quick just note because you're opening this opportunity up. Ariana Grande did this so well, you guys, at the VMAs. She literally brought out her paper and named so many people. And she's like, I know it's going to take a minute, but it does take a village. And that's a message too. It takes so many people. So to make all the music that I get to put out, I have an
Yeah,
amazing village. So big shout out to Chris Brown, Kevin
yeah,
Bacall jumped on
yeah.
amazing features with me.
Oh,
Yes, yes. Big shout outs to producers and engineers, but and co-writers. So co-writer Vega, Luis
mhm.
Ale,
Oh
GM
wow.
Beats, Rob Valentine, Jay Hatch, rest in peace, Creative Space Music Group. Um, D. Michael Jackson and Global Hustle Entertainment. There's so many. Nietzsche, who I mentioned before, and the Hideout
Yeah.
Studios, Vegas. They're incredible
Mhm.
partners. Paramount team has been an amazing part of my journey. Marwan Granville, our mutual friend, who
Yeah,
creates opportunities for artists to connect. There
yeah,
are
definitely.
so many. And by the way, you can see a list on my website too. I try to put
Okay.
anyone and everyone from co-writers to features to engineers, producers, and everything in between. So that website, just so everybody knows, if you want to take a
I
look, is
like that.
musictochangetheworld.com.
All right
Music
now.
TO. Yes.
We're gonna give you the opportunity to lift all your things next. But let's get back into this countdown. The number four song comes from Benson Boone. The song is called "Sorry I'm Here for Someone Else." Wow, what a title! "Sorry I'm Here for Someone Else." Number four on Big O 720 Countdown. Yeah, you guys, we did three in a row for you. We did a Benson Boone with "Sorry I'm Here for Someone Else." Number four. Number three was Sabrina Carpenter with "Man Child." Number two was Raven Lenae with "Love Me Not." Now it's time to get to the number one song. I hear this song occasionally, but I really don't know who this artist is. Probably is a new artist. His name is Alex Warren. This song is called "Ordinary." Let's get into it. The number one pop song of the week. Alex Warren with "Ordinary" on Big Woo! Top 20 Countdown, baby. Yeah, yeah, you guys. That was the number one song. Alex Warren with "Ordinary." Allison, you said it before, but how can people reach you?
Yes, absolutely. So Instagram, I'm at Aly Slay Music, also on TikTok as the same. So it's ALYSLAY Music. And then my website is Music to Change the World. So it's TO.com. And that is also my music company, Music to Change the World.
That's awesome. I want to say thank you to our guest, Aly Slay, for just coming on and being a part of it. And also thank you to the radio stations that carry us, the Block FM, what's called the Apple Music, Spreaker, everybody. Also the Podcast Awards. We won two awards this year. I'm very happy about that. And as you know, this is a season 10. I think this is our 370th show. You make it to 370. Hey!
Woo!
Yeah. And here's the announcement. You guys, I said this was gonna be the final season, but I changed my mind. We got one more season in us, y'all. One more season. We're gonna do this one more season, y'all. So Y'all ignore the final season. When it says final season, ignore that. The posters, we're doing it for one more season. I want to say thank you guys for holding me down. And also, a thought for the week. If you keep your head up, you will always succeed. And you know what? At the end, you know, we always end this with a gospel song. The gospel song we're going to end this with is, of course, you know, I play one of my songs during the podcast, and this is my song, my latest single, "Move for Jesus," and it's doing really, really well. Thank you guys for supporting it and loving it. And here it is. We're going to play it right now. May God bless you. May God keep you until we meet again.